What's up, guys? This is Jesus Quesadilla, and welcome back to Let's Play Fable: The Lost Chapters on the PC. Today we're going to be progressing the storyline into the adulthood segment.
But there was always more to learn. For years the guild was his home, his school, and his life. But as time passed, his thoughts returned always to the world outside. The life he had lost, the family that had been torn from him. At last, only the final day of tests remained. Success would mark the end of his training. He would receive the guild seal and be free to forge his own destiny. He would become a hero.
I have to say, I just love the way that Fable handles those cutscenes, the kind of art on the wall with narrative thing. I am a really big fan of that way of driving the story.
Good luck.
Alright, so now that we are a fully fledged adult, we are going to go into the guild woods for our very last piece of hero training before we become full hero. So we're going to find out what that test exactly is, and here's Maze to actually administer the test.
The final test, then. It's simple. You must defeat me, using all you've learned in your years of training.
We have to defeat you? What?
Hit me.
Don't you have all that magic and crap, dude? Well, okay, he's not actually going to fight us. We don't actually fight Maze at this part of the game. What we have to do, though, is we have to strike him using all three of the tools we have at our disposal. That means first using the sword, then using the bow, then using our lightning. So it's kind of just a repetition of what we learned as a teenager, except we're doing it on a real opponent this time. Otherwise, it's not that difficult because, like I said, Maze doesn't fight back at all, so there's no offense that you have to worry about. You don't even have to pull back arrows all the way. You can just shoot them as soon as they get loaded into the bow, and they'll count as hits if you want to speed up the process a little bit. And finally, the magic. We're just going to unload a bunch of magic at this guy, and this will bring the fight to an end, and we'll have passed our test and become an official hero with the guild.
That's enough. Yes. Quite impressive for a novice.
Thank you.
You'll find real battles rather more fatal than this.
Well, I would imagine so. I mean, you were just standing around letting yourself get hit.
Ready to receive your guild seal from the guild master.
Oh gosh, the guild seal is what allows the guild master to talk to you. That's what turns him into this game's Navi, so, yeah, not a big fan of the guild seal, although having it also gives you another function. It allows you to teleport to what's called a Cullis Gate. I think the game explains this later, but I'm going to go ahead and talk about it now. A Cullis Gate is located in any real central city or important area, and with the guild seal you can teleport to them whenever you want. It's kind of like a fast travel option. I'm a really big fan of it and glad it's in the game.
Place in the Chamber of Fate, the oldest part of the guild.
And so here's our hero's ceremony.
For many years now,
and of course they're showing Whisper as sort of our counterpart. She graduates at the same time that we do.
That apprenticeship ends and you go out into the world to do great
and so this is going to be when the game really starts to open up. We're going to be let out into the overworld where we can resume the game with all of our weapons now equipped, and we can do whatever we want from this point out. There aren't a lot of parts of the game that are locked out right now. There are a few that we can't get to immediately, and we'll have to go through the story to get to them. But as it stands, the world of Fable is now open to us, and we can go to whatever parts of that world and do whatever we want. So this is going to be exciting. We're going to start taking a few quests, and I'm going to start showing you some more of the game's features. And so we've received our guild seals, and we're going to go ahead and take our first quest as a new hero.
But you're still very much part
of the guild. Before that, the guild master is going to explain the way experience works in this game. So basically, every time you complete a quest, every time you kill an enemy, you gain those experience orbs, and this is where you come to exchange those orbs for either new abilities or for upgrades. So you step here into this green portal, and I'll go ahead and show you guys the available upgrades. You can advance strength, skill, and will. Strength will upgrade things like health and toughness, kind of like things that revolve around melee combat. Skill will revolve more around ranged combat, and that's going to be your accuracy, your speed, and stuff like that. Will, this is where all of the spells are, and here, well, once I get more experience, I'm going to get a bunch of these, and I'll show you guys the combinations I like to use, and also some combinations that are kind of game-breaking and make the game easier. Like I said, I won't use them to complete the game, but I will show them off just so you guys know what they are. For the time being, I'm just going to upgrade my health and my speed. I think that's a good start with the little bit of experience that we have. So now my health is bumped up a little, as is my speed.
And your guild seal will allow me to communicate with you at all times.
Oh god. Yep, that's what I mean. So, the guildmaster kind of chimes in whenever he feels like it, and much like Navi, he'll offer advice, if you can even really call it advice, because usually what he says is pretty obvious. When it gets really bad is later in the game when you're using potions a lot. He will always warn you whenever you need to use a potion, and I mean always. So, if you're in a really challenging boss fight, and you're constantly having your health lowered and constantly having to be using potions, his voice will chime in every single time you need to take one. Anyway, that'll be later on. I'll try and keep my health managed so that doesn't distract too much from the gameplay. But we went ahead and took a quest. We're going to do our first quest of the game that's available to us. And so that's we're going to go ahead and find, I guess there's a Wasp outbreak somewhere in Stormwind, and we're going to try and take care of that.
Wasps are attacking the picnic area. Follow me. Follow me.
Alright, so we're going to go ahead and follow him to the picnic area. Over there to the side, you saw two guys standing there. We're going to talk to them later on too, because they have a bit of a little, not a quest, but a little dialogue we can do with them, and it's kind of funny. Yeah, we'll save your friends, why not? So we come here to this little picnic area, and as we can see, it is being completely overrun by these huge wasps. And so these will be our first enemies in Fable that actually put up some kind of fight. They're going to go ahead and show us, that's the quest card, what we win if we complete the quest. So we're just going to lock on, and they fall with one hit each.
I'm gonna tell everyone about you.
Oh, I noticed now that I forgot to equip the weapons that I got in my bonus episode. I'll do that after this fight, so I'll have them, but for now I'm using the basic weapons. Alright, so we're just going to pick up all this experience, and problem's taken care of, so we can go, or maybe it's not taken care of, I take that back. This is the Wasp Queen. She is the first, I guess you can call her the boss enemy of this quest. Go ahead and take out the wasps that she spawns, and then we're going to use our bow to attack her from afar. If you try and get too close to her, then she'll knock you over, so you don't really want to use melee combat on her. She spawns more wasps every now and then. I'm just going to strafe around to dodge their attacks and kind of ignore them, and focus on taking the queen out, because once she's dead, then the fight's over. So just go ahead and do that. If your health gets low, there are some healing items around the picnic area. There are apples, and I think there's even a potion on these tables. So if you really need to, go ahead and grab them and use them. But we didn't need them, and we took out the Wasp Queen with very little difficulty. And so that is our first quest completed as a hero. When you defeat a boss enemy, you get a trophy, and that trophy is basically a symbol of your victory over that boss. You can show it off to people and increase its renown. That makes the trophy more valuable, and it also makes your character more famous. So, actually, this is going to be the end for today's episode. I'm going to end it off just showing you here that on these picnic tables, you can grab the items that are here. And once I do that, that's actually going to be the end for today's episode. So, I thank you guys for joining me. Once again, this has been Jesus Quesadilla, and I hope to see you guys next time. Before you go, please leave some comments below, give me some feedback, let me know what you think of the videos, what you think I should do, and that's about it. Peace, guys.